Hi, my name's Alyssa and I work in the fitness industry, and I'm married to Zachary. Growing up in government-funded housing with my mom, she had me when she was 22, and it was really, really hard for us. We grew up on welfare, food stamps. Once I started to work in the fitness industry full-time, I really bought into this American dream that if I could, get all the followers, be big and famous, and fit the part as this fancy, glitzy fitness influencer, that I would get the American dream. I always felt like I've got to make it, I've got to do it, I've got to put my head down, I've got to work hard to be the best, and that's how I'll be successful in life. I was working at 2 jobs in the fitness industry. I decided to try my best to commit to a reoccurring tithe, and to be quite frankly honest, my card declined multiple times. It was very frustrating. I was trying very hard to make this work, and it just seemed like I didn't have it in the right place. In the midst of all of that, I lose my second job that I thought was my dream job. And I was so heartbroken. This job to me was what my success would be in the fitness industry. I felt like I needed the followers. I needed the brand to tie my identity to in order to be relevant in the industry. I continued to give throughout the entire loss of that job, and remained faithful through the transition, even with the brokenheartedness and the feeling of being lesser than.
So at this time, we were only really dating, and our lives were starting to get intertwined in a lot of ways. And so we were paying bills, we were going out to dinner together, doing all these things together. And to see her continue to give, it not only left me puzzled, but it left me a little frustrated. Because we were both carrying weight in our relationship, and it's felt like, why are you doing this? Why are you giving to the church when we barely have enough to make sure our bills are met?
I was able to maintain somewhat of a very decent income during COVID, and I continued to tithe throughout the entire lockdown. Coming fresh out of COVID, I was offered a job that gave me a significant increase when many people still didn't have any job at all in the industry. And I was just so thankful that I increased my tithe. So throughout this entire process, through COVID, through losing a job, I remained faithful, I remained consistent in my tithing, and God showed up more and more and more every single time, just really proving himself to me and helping me to continue to release control, trust him, and lean on him for everything in my life.
When she started giving, it was more of an obligation, I felt. And so I started reluctantly, and as kind of my life just seemed to be kind of moving more difficult, and dove more into the Lord and into what he had to offer. And through that's when my wallet started to open up, and I felt more free in that I wasn't holding on to these things, and I wasn't having to hug them and hold them so close so I could let them go and give them. And during that time, my tithing just continued to grow time over time. And it felt less scary each time I did it, and actually felt more rewarding. And then as my tithing started to grow, I started to be able to see opportunity. Opportunity not necessarily because it presented itself, but opportunity through what I could do, through the way the Lord could work through me. During that time, tithing just grew exponentially in our household, and it has become a part of our relationship, really a staple. Tithing our money, continuing to give to the community that has given so much to us. And it's really helped to grow our faith and grow our communication, and even grow our confidence in our faith with the Lord.
God has increased our income over the past couple of months by 72% as a household. And we are so thrilled and just super excited for what is next in our future and what God has laid out for us in our paths to come.